Right, this is some videos on our trip from Joburg on dirt through to Balfour, Harry Smith, and eventually the border post. Then the next day from border post through the Drakensberg all the way to Heimville and Underberg, stay over there. Next day, Sani Pass into Lesotho, through to Katsi Dam, stay over there, and then the following day through to Friesberg, out the border, and then back home. As we left Joburg, we hit the dirt immediately. We went through next to some nice railroads, hit a lot of water, which delayed us quite a bit. At the start, our bikes were already completely dirty. Then we got a little bit lost. And then we hit the beautiful Free State flat dirt roads. Quick stop at Valise, and then hit the road again. Then, as we were coming into the border post, we found this absolutely awesome road. Went to Petra Tief's daughter's painting, a memorial site, and Reese managed to play around with his drone and get this awesome footage. Then leaving the border post, very, very early. It was very misty. We went down through the pass and on our way to Moy River and eventually Nottingham Road. Then finally we hit some dirt. It took a while. There was a lot of tar, and we found dirt eventually, and the scenery was stunning. We get to Nottingham Road and we go to a really awesome restaurant, the Blueberry Cafe, I think. And then we were off again. The road from Nottingham Road to Heimville is stunning. Beautiful scenery, lovely roads, going through villages, and it was quite a treat. lucky with mud and water. Got very little of it. Here is one of the places that we had.
That's just amazing, man. That road. Yeah.
And then we eventually get to Underberg, Cedar Garden B&B. Very nice place. Our friends that went to Lesotho previously stayed over here as well. And the only rain that we actually got on the whole trip was as we were going to sleep. We got a thunderstorm in Underberg.
Sorry, I fucked like an idiot now.
And bright and early, Sani Pass, and the weather was perfect, as you can see. It was just absolutely perfect weather. A quick stop at the border post, and then we're ready to do the pass. We've got myself on the left and Zach on the right, and this is the first part of the pass before we stop over at before the switchbacks. As you can see, Zach hit some nice speed into that water crossing. I didn't, and I got a little bit stuck. But slow and steady, eventually got out, and one of the biggest annoyances on this was my bag. That 6 litre fuel was swishing around, and I had to stop a couple of times to fasten it properly. and then off to doing the second part with the switchbacks. And then finally at the top, Zach and I caught up to the KTMs in front of us. And then we decided to stop for a beer at the top. Unfortunately, they couldn't make us any pizza. Their pizza oven was being renovated. Actually, all their accommodation was being renovated at that point. But it was a really nice stop, stunning views. And then we off into Lesotho. It was quite a change of road. Perfect windy road. And we eventually stopped off at the highest point in a few kilometers. And then Zach helped me a little bit here. Apparently, I can't read or see signs. Just checking if I'm going the right way. Thanks, Zach. Then, for me personally, the highlight of the trip was this dirt road that I found. I think it was about 40 or 50 kilometers, and it was an absolute treat. A mixture of long straights, lots of passes up and down, rocky, and this part of the trip was just absolutely amazing. We were pretty much in the middle of nowhere. We didn't pass a single car on this road. The only thing we passed was donkeys.
Just go.
you agree? It's 90 meters deep. Decent deep. I think we've got to stop at the other side. You have to walk across, I think. Because both those places said no parking, you know what I mean? Yeah, not a word. No, he's not allowed to stop on the damn wall.
And then we hit this really long ascent, I would call it, up to, I don't know what particular pass it was, but the road just kept on going and going. We kept on going up and up, windy, beautiful windy roads, until the top.
We took a side turn from somewhere. I think there's another road.
And then a sign that mentions that you must go into a lower gear kind of gave me a hint of what's to come. But what was to come was just, I was in awe. The most beautiful high pass that I've ever seen in my life. It carried on and on, winding roads, very, very high, very, very steep.